What if I told you that everything we thought we knew about human civilization is wrong? Recently, a team of archaeologists stumbled upon a structure buried deep beneath the earth so ancient, so complex, that it's forcing scientists to rewrite entire chapters of human history. It's over 10,000 years old, older than the pyramids, older than Stonehenge, and far more advanced than it should be. So, how is this possible? Who built it? And more importantly, why was it hidden for so long? Stick with me, because what you're about to hear will challenge your understanding of the ancient world and maybe even of our place in it. Let's begin at the edge of a forgotten desert. The structure was found in a remote region of southeastern Turkey, near the Syrian border, a land already famous for Göbekli Tepe. The entrance was buried beneath centuries of sediment, as if nature or someone wanted it hidden. Inside, archaeologists found intricately carved pillars, polished stone floors, and tunnels leading nowhere. Stonework so precise, it would challenge modern-day stonemasons. Columns weighing over 20 tons were somehow moved and placed upright by people with no known machinery. How do you even accidentally build a monument with astronomical alignments when you've supposedly never studied the stars? You don't. It's almost as if the builders had knowledge that vanished or was never recorded. Here's where it gets weirder. Several carved pillars appear to map out the night sky not as it looks today, but as it looked 12,000 years ago. How could prehistoric people chart the stars with such precision? Are we looking at the earliest observatory ever built? Or brace yourself, did they inherit this knowledge from someone else? On the walls, carvings of animals not native to the region: penguins, kangaroos, and something that looks suspiciously like a dinosaur. I know, sounds like a joke, right? But archaeologists can't explain how these depictions got there. Were they symbolic, artistic, or did they see these creatures somehow? After multiple rounds of carbon dating, the structure's core samples came back with a staggering age: 10,500 years. Let that timeline marinate. That's 6,000 years before the Egyptian pyramids, and 7,000 years before the wheel. If our ancestors were supposed to be primitive hunter-gatherers, then how the heck did they build this? Near the base of the pillars, researchers found fragments of tools, blades made from volcanic glass sharper than scalpels. But here's the twist: these tools seem designed for fine, surgical-level precision. Did we just stumble upon a prehistoric operating room? Or were these artisans far more advanced than anyone imagined? A series of tunnels stretch out from the main chamber like veins beneath the earth. Some lead nowhere. Others descend deep into the ground, so deep, in fact, that sonar can't even map their full extent. Now ask yourself, why build such complex tunnels if you have nothing to hide? Or perhaps the better question is, what were they hiding from? Then came the bodies: dozens of skeletons arranged in tight circles, their bones intentionally placed, some even fused together in what looks like ceremonial fashion. Were these sacrifices, ritual burials, or some kind of ancient experiment? One thing's for sure: this wasn't a random burial ground. It was deliberate and possibly terrifying. Here's what really confuses the experts: there's no sign of a settlement nearby. No homes, no agriculture, nothing to suggest a local population. So who built it? And where did they go? Maybe, just maybe, it was built by a civilization we've never heard of. One that rose, built, and vanished without a trace. Some of the wall carvings appear to depict a massive flood wave swallowing people, animals, even entire buildings. It should. Ancient flood myths appear in nearly every civilization from Mesopotamia to the Bible. What if this structure was witness to that cataclysm? What if these stories weren't myths but memories? Some symbols found at the site match markings from distant parts of the world: Peru, Easter Island, even the Indus Valley. Hold up, are we saying ancient people crossed oceans thousands of years before the invention of boats? Well, if they didn't, then how do the same symbols show up across continents? Coincidence? Or global communication long before history says it was possible? As researchers brought magnetometers to the site, something odd happened. Readings spiked around the central chamber, then dropped instantly as they moved away. Why would a 10,000-year-old stone structure emit magnetic signals? Unless it's not just a structure. Maybe it was some kind of energy hub. But that opens a can of worms we're not ready for, or are we? In the central room, even a whisper echoes for several seconds. The acoustics are so perfect, they rival modern concert halls. This wasn't accidental. It was engineered. Could this have been a place of ancient rituals involving sound? Or something more? Perhaps a place where sound altered human perception? Imagine a Stone Age Dolby Atmos, only scarier. Despite being over 10,000 years old, the carvings are astonishingly well preserved. Minimal erosion, no water damage. It's like someone took care of it. Or maybe it was buried intentionally, like a time capsule meant to be found. question is, who left it for us? And what did they want us to learn? Here's something unsettling: construction on the site seems to have stopped abruptly. No gradual decay, no signs of collapse. Just silence, like someone or something intervened. A natural disaster? A war? Or did they simply vanish? Imagine building something for decades, then suddenly abandoning it. That's not random. That's a red flag. Deep within one tunnel, scientists detected a small chamber that maintains a constant heat signature despite having no power source. No sunlight, no geothermal vent. Just a faint warmth coming from somewhere inside. What's in there? No one knows. They haven't opened it yet. This site bears eerie similarities to Göbekli Tepe, another ancient site with no known origin. Same layout, same pillars, same mysterious symbols. Could they have been built by the same culture? Or were these places part of a larger forgotten civilization? Some call it Atlantis, others call it myth. But what if it was real all along? In one chamber, a skeleton was found sealed in a cocoon of hardened clay, surrounded by artifacts positioned with surgical precision. DNA tests showed something strange: the remains didn't match any known human haplogroup. Did these people evolve separately? Or were they not entirely human? Yeah, let that chill ride down your spine. Near the central altar, researchers found slivers of metal embedded in the stone. The kicker? They're made of an alloy not known to exist until the 20th century. Either someone planted it there, or it's evidence of technology lost to time. Or maybe borrowed from somewhere else? One of the most haunting carvings shows a doorway floating in the sky, with figures walking into it. Was it symbolic? Or was it depicting something the builders actually witnessed? A portal? A celestial event? Or something far more sci-fi than we'd like to admit? There are no written records. No legends. No oral traditions. It's like this civilization was wiped clean from history. That doesn't happen by accident. It happens with intent. Who wanted us to forget them, and why? Microscopic analysis shows smooth melting on the inner walls, patterns consistent with exposure to extreme, concentrated heat like a laser. How did Stone Age people leave scorch marks that resemble modern tech? Unless they weren't just carving stone, they were using tools we've lost. One side wall functions as a solar calendar, accurately marking solstices and equinoxes to this day. You don't build a working calendar if you don't understand astronomy, time cycles, and purpose. This wasn't decoration. It was a message. A countdown? A warning? Visitors report intense emotions when entering a particular room: overwhelming sadness, anxiety, even euphoria. Sound waves? Magnetic fields? Or something more spiritual? Could this be the ancient equivalent of a psychological control room? Or maybe something was left behind and it's still watching. Traces of genetic material were found fused within the stone blocks. Impossible? Yes. But analysis shows non-human DNA. Not animal. Not microbial. Something else. What lived here? Or what died here? Some researchers suggest this site could be the work of a pre-Ice Age advanced civilization. Others whisper about ancient visitors from the stars. Mainstream science dismisses it, but the evidence is piling up. Are we the first advanced species, or just the latest? The sky chart carved into the stones includes a constellation that doesn't exist anymore. It vanished due to stellar drift thousands of years ago, but it's there, perfectly drawn. So how did they see it? Unless they were around before it moved. One tunnel ends in a sealed stone door with no visible hinges, handles, or mechanism. Ultrasound reveals a hollow chamber behind it. What's inside? No one knows. But the last time we opened a mysterious ancient door, we got King Tut's curse. So maybe, just maybe, some doors should stay closed. This site challenges everything we think we know. It's not just a building. It's a message from a lost world. One that rose, thrived, and disappeared. The more we dig, the louder it whispers. We were here first. But there's still one final mystery. A new excavation zone is being kept secret. No photos, no press, just whispers. Some say they found writing, actual written language, predating everything else. If that's true, it could mean the greatest rewrite of human history hasn't even begun yet. So ask yourself, what else is buried out there? And what happens when we finally dig too deep? If you want to keep uncovering hidden truths, forgotten civilizations, and mind-bending discoveries, make sure to subscribe. Because what we just found is only the beginning.